memories, the smiles, and the chaos. That's what it seems to be with the new age relationships. It's all chaotic. It's all broken down. You feel your heart crippling, trying to pick up broken glass, and you just keep getting cut because you don't want to let go. But at the same time, you want the release. You want to be gone. You want to be rid of them. But your heart is so madly in love, you just can't let go. You just remember the smiles and those beautiful memories. And then the chaos is there, but you're just so confused you don't know which way to go. Welcome back to another episode of a Wanderer's Way podcast. I'm your host, Dustin, and today is the 30th episode of the podcast and the last episode of season 2. And I will let you guys know on social media, Facebook and Twitter, both, when the new season will start. Also, with the new logo design I'm going to have created. And this next season is going to be more of a realistic season. It's going to be longer episodes now that I got my creativity in here and understand what I'm doing more. So I hope you guys enjoy the podcast. I hope you guys are intrigued about everything I do talk about, especially that it's so diverse. Obviously it's leisure based, but from time to time I get onto these episodes like today where I talk about something more important, more serious, something that can capture with you guys that something I go through, share my stories, and kind of relate to each other. With that being said, let's start the episode. So, as of today, I'm single. As of today, I've just given up on pretty much everything that has to do in the dating world. And it's not because I blame women. I blame the social standards and social lifestyle that kind of creates this destruction within relationships. And also, everyone has their past experiences that they bring in and creates chaos. So I've been direly madly in love with this girl for over a year. We've been together. We kind of recently broke up, got back together after about a week or so. Thought things were fixed. No, they're not. Not even close. So, this is not to say that I'm perfect and I did no wrong, which we all know that's impossible. So yes, I can't say I was the greatest boyfriend in the world or greatest fiance or nothing, but I know I tried my hardest, I did my best, and I truly loved. The problem within relationships nowadays that breaks them so quickly is the jealousy. And I don't mean just like slight jealousy, someone sending flirting things over Facebook to your man and you get all like, hey, no, don't be doing that. And I mean overly jealous to the point where it's like controlling and stressful and chaotic. I mean to the point where it just breaks everything down. Like nothing can be peaceful, nothing can be spoken about, nothing can be, relate to each other, work together as a teammate. Other things is, lack of communication, making up some assumptions of someone else saying, hey, this girl sent you, put a heart on your Facebook status or whatever. And so that must mean you're talking to them or something. No, see, stuff like that. Making the assumptions shows that you have a lack of trust, which lack of trust in a relationship does not work. Without trust, how can you truly love? Because to truly love somebody means that you trust them with your heart, you trust them with your soul, you trust everything. Even when someone of the opposite sex sends this, how Facebook has a like button, and they put a heart on your status. If you're freaking out over that shows that you don't trust them. And you can switch it all you want and say, no, I just know my kind of sex and that I know how they are and how they're going to try to take you. No. No. If you truly trust somebody, nothing's going to really make you upset unless they're truly harassing you. But if you truly love somebody, you'll see that heart on a comment, that liking deal, and just be like, meh. I like seeing this because I know my man loves me and they're going to stay with me, or vice versa. But, there's so many relationship killers, like so many, and it's kind of ridiculous. And the worst part about it is how a lot of it derives from your past experiences. Someone hurt you, someone left you, so you take it out on the next person instead of realizing that person is someone different. And I'm a creature of that habit too. I've done that in my life. I struggled. I have severe anxiety and depression and PTSD and bipolar. Trust me, I have done that in the past. And there was times within the relationship here, my recent one, where I've kind of saw something and freaked out because all I could remember was the past. But it worked out. It was a quick deal. It wasn't long lasting. And that's how it should be. You should be able to work together, talk to each other, and just fix each other's mind and, relay to them, hey, I still love you. I do care. I don't know what's going on inside your mind, but I love you and I care. Everyone has this idea that when you're in a relationship, you got to stop everything. You got to stop being who you are to be with them. That's not how it works. For a relationship, you are who you are. You are supposed to love each other for who they are. And when you're in a relationship, you don't quit being who you are. You don't stop doing the things that you do. Yeah, there's some things, obviously, you don't go out and keep having sex with other people. Like that's, like there's certain things like that where you have the standards of being with somebody. You take all that and give it to them. But to stop someone from being who they are and want to do what they want to do, it's very controlling. And that derives from lack of trust. And it derives from past experiences and so on and so forth. So, for example, my marriage, my old marriage, let me phrase that. So, I would work all week long, come home, have to go to bed to do it all over again. And I would actually take extra overtime. So go there, be 7 o'clock in the morning, and I wouldn't leave until about almost 9 at night. Extra money, overtime. They offered it. I said, hell yes. So on the weekends, I found friends that I wanted to create a metal band with. And I loved it. It was great. It was wonderful. And music is my life. Well, in my marriage, she told me she was going to leave me. I cannot go out and be with a band. I need to spend time with her and only her. Like, seriously? You can't be doing that. That kills a relationship. You can't stop someone from being who they are. I get it. You want to spend more time with them. But there is nothing wrong with someone that wants to live their own life, because the point of relationship is two people come together, join each other's journeys of what they love in life. Me, I'm someone who wants to travel. I am someone who loves music, and I'm someone who wants to move out of the country of the United States. So I need someone who is more understanding about what I want in life. I have goals, just like they do. And in a relationship, you have to respect the goals of each other. If you can't deal with what they want and what they do in life, you really shouldn't be with them. You can't keep holding people back. You can't be telling them how to live. You can't control them. And obviously, abuse and everything else, you can't be doing either. And emotional abuse is one of the biggest abuses in relationships. And a lot of times, a lot of people don't recognize it, or at least not right away. Sometimes you'll get freaked out. You'll use a manipulation tactic and not even notice it because you're so scared of losing them, and you see something that freaks you out, and then you manipulate, and then you give them ultimatums, and then you guys fight, and then finally resolve it like hours later after being so stressed and broken. And then you're going, why did I do that? Why did I say that? And if it's going to that extreme, it's actually a red flag, and you should be going. The problem is when we love so much and so hard, those are the kind of things that come about, especially when a relationship's broken and we know it in our hearts that it's completely broken and you're going to lose them. You tend to just break it more and push each other away. And it's really sad. It really is. It's not good to have chaotic stuff in a relationship. You gotta have the peace, you gotta have the love, you gotta have, the moments of smiles. And, there's something I stuck with, and obviously I don't follow. But here's the thing that I told somebody that worked for them. But, as always, we give our own advice to somebody and we don't follow it ourselves. Yeah, but it works for them. So at least it works for them. But I told someone, I said, if you're not happy and smiling at least 70-75% of the day, every day with your partner, it's probably not a good relationship. If you're sitting there crying one day, the next day you're happy, and then the next day you're stressed out and fighting, and it just keeps going on like that, it's not a healthy relationship. I know I spent a lot of relationships where I pushed too hard. I was insecure. And now, my last relationship here, I know the feeling. I guess from my past, I asked for it. Although there are some other things that happened that they done to me that made me that way, but still. I guess this last relationship is kind of a payback. Teach me a lesson, I guess, from my childhood, my past, when I dated and was so insecure and jealous. And I'm not anymore. Very slightly. You can't get rid of it completely, but I mean, I knew what I was doing. It sucked because I couldn't control it. Now I can. And now I'm getting it in return. I'm getting the extreme jealousy. I'm getting the insecurities and the lack of trust and everything in return. I can tell you now, being the experienced side, it sucks. It really does. And it really sucks when you actually try to talk to somebody. Now I kind of understand how I was when I was younger. Everyone has their own past and history of what creates these kind of things. Mine, pretty bad. Probably not the worst, I guess, but it's pretty bad. Now I see when everyone else was trying to talk to me and try to help me understand, I wouldn't listen. Not at all. Neither was she. So I call this payback. It's the world just trying to show me how it was when I was that way. When I was jealous, insecure, and ignorant. That's all right. I think now that I've gone through that chaos multiple times, my heart has kind of just blocked everything out to where I can't cry, I can't mourn anymore because I redid that. I redid that the previous time when we broke up. What? We've only been back together for a week, if that, and we broke up for a week. And I thought things were going to be different. We talked everything out, but nothing does. But I guess it's all part of the learning lesson to find the right person in your life. I just wanted to share the story with you guys to, if you guys can relate in any ways. Definitely, if you do and you want to talk about it, you want to share your stories, I would love to hear you guys' stories. Please send me a voice message or write on Spotify. There's going to be a poll and then a question and answer. Scroll down and use them. Please engage in our conversations, because that is one thing I really enjoy, is to be able to relate to somebody, to hear someone else's stories, what they've experienced, and yeah. So please answer that question and answer and do the poll as well. With that being said, you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope it related to you and it helped you out in any way, maybe. And stay tuned for the next season and the newest logo coming about.